What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are. It's Monday morning, and I'm in the red. That's not how I want to start the week, but the good news is I'm only down $2,869.24. It's tolerable. So, this is just the market that we're dealing with here. It's August. The good news today is that I kept share size small. I kept it throttled back. I didn't go to full size on anything today. And so, although I caught some losses, I incurred them at the rate of about 1/4 of my full size position. And that really is the silver lining. Because if I had come in today swinging hard for the fences, I'd be down 4 times, maybe 5 times as much when you factor in slippage on bigger share size. So you know what? It's August. It's still that kind of slow grind right now. And the best thing I can do is show up every day. And one of these days, periodically, we are still seeing some good momentum. We had some good action Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week, even though Monday and Tuesday were cold. So Monday, today, it feels cold. So this is the P&L. These are the 3 stocks I traded: SNGX, green; PPCB, red; and VTAK, red. All right, let's start with SNGX. Not just because it's the stock I'm up the most on, but because it was actually the first stock I traded this morning. All right, so 7 a.m., I sat down. There was nothing on the scan that looked good. So already I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be a slow start today. 7:30, we get news on SNGX, and I end up jumping in it. I wasn't one of the first to jump in. I kind of waited, gave it a second to pull away, but finally it starts to move a little faster, and I got in at $4. So I got in for the break of 4. That was my first entry. It ends up going up to 415, 425, and that was actually, let's see, so we had this little pullback right here. So it popped up to a high of 417, it dipped down, and then it was on this 1-minute pullback right here that I took my trade. So it was right in there, buying that dip, and that gave me a little bit of profit. So that was my first trade of the day. Ends up pulling back, popping up, pulling back, tries to push higher, can't really do it. It's sort of struggling, and then it gave up. So, I made the most that I could on it, but we just didn't get that big action I was hoping for. So despite, a couple trades, only was able to pull out about $4,300 of profit. So then the next stock I traded was VTAK at about a little bit past 8 a.m. This one puts out news and it immediately pops up. But the thing is, from the very beginning, it was choppy. It pops up, it drops way back down, then it rips back up here. And on this one, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I just don't know if this thing is going to work. So I said to myself, let's just see what it can do. It ends up pulling away here, dipping down, and that was my first trade right here, buying this dip for a pop back up, but actually ended up being a break-even trade. I got in just a little too high, didn't pull away, got out break even. Dips back down, comes back up, got back in, got back out, small profit. Dips down, comes back up. This one, I got in right here for that continuation, and it just sells off, and I gave back what I made. Disappointing. Then I got back in right here for the break of VWAP, and it sells off again. So I ended up taking 2 losses on it. Each one was about $3,000, $3,500, and that put me red $7,000 on the stock. And then coming into the open, we had PPGC. Now, this is an OTC stock that was uplisted, CB. This one was an OTC stock that was uplisted. It popped up at about 4 in the morning, sells off, then rallies at the open. So when it first started to rally, I wasn't sure about it, but I jumped in on this pullback right here and kind of rode this momentum up here and got myself up about, it was like $2,300 on the stock. Then I added back here for the breakthrough 9, and it flushes, and in an instant, I'm down, it was almost $4,000 on it, and it put me down $5,000 on the day. Then I took a couple dips, and I got a nice dip on this pullback, and that made back most of the loss, and so now I'm down $167 on it, and this is where I'm throwing in the towel, and I'm giving up. I'm just like, this is not happening today. I'm fighting a losing battle. I peaked early at 5,000, and it's just been kind of, or just under, and it's been pretty much downhill from there. So, you know what? I'm disappointed. This isn't how I wanted to start the week, but, big picture is $2,800 is nothing. And yes, it's technically a red day, which I feel disappointed having red days, But it's such a small red day that if we could just get some decent action, I mean, making back $2,800 is not hard at all. I just need some decent action. And we didn't get it today. And so, it's 10 a.m. right now, and there's a part of me that's like, oh, should I keep sticking around? Whoa, look, SNGX is curling back up. Should I trade SN? Oh, look, it's already back through the highs. So should I be, trading this right here? And here's my concern with doing that. I don't have a cushion on the day. Today has already proven quite difficult for me. I'm worried that if I just keep trading, I'm just going to keep sort of giving back a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I'm going to start getting more and more and more frustrated. And then when next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock and I realize I've spent, an additional 6 hours sitting in front of the computer with nothing to show for it, then I'm going to be angry that I gave in and traded this long. And that's going to create even more emotion, which makes me more likely to make an emotionally impulsive trade. And that's where disaster could strike. And all of that because I'm down $2,800. Let's get a grip. It's not worth it. So the best thing for me to do right here is to shut this down. And the disappointing thing is that when I shut it down, obviously it kind of means that there's other things that I'd like to do, and I'm not going to get those done because because the longer I sit here with charts up, even if I'm pulling charts and, doing other stuff for classes or whatever, the more I expose myself to the risk of making mistakes. So now I've got to go find something else to do for the rest of the morning and just totally distract myself and not look at the market, not look at charts, and just not look at it until tomorrow. So that's the best thing that I can do. That's the medicine that I need to take. So that's what the doctor ordered. So I can't look at the charts for the rest of the day, but I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., and I'll be hoping for a better gap scanner than we had today. So a quick recap. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. Those who haven't already checked out our 2-week trial here at Warrior Trading, there'll be a link pinned to the top of the comment and in the description. So make sure you check that out, and I'll see you back at it tomorrow morning.